So welcome another Wednesday, another AI Clubhouse. My name's Ginger Bell. We have our illustrious new hairstylist. What are you going to go by, Steve?
Yeah, baby. Well, actually, it was only for assistant manager.
Oh.
You don't recognize your talents yet.
Okay, so a little bit of backstory. Yeah, tell us a little bit of backstory. It's all finished with Steve and, of course, Scott. And so tell us the backstory here, Steve.
I get the email yesterday. It says from AI recruiter. I'm like, oh, an AI recruiter. This is the right job for you. And it says, you are Steve Richmond. And it has a profile, which I've never created. I don't know anything about this, but I read it. Some of it's me. Some of it's not really me. And it says, here's the perfect job for you. Assistant manager at a Great Clips. And so it's like presenter, mortgage, this, that, assistant manager at a Great Clips. That's the right job for you. And I'm
like, that's what was so funny is it had everything in there of your skill sets. And
a single one of those skills translated into being assistant manager at Great Clips.
And nothing against Great Clips, just didn't see the skill set, but I sent it out to folks and I was like, this is an AI fail. So if anybody's using AI, you still have to review your stuff. I promise you.
That's your segment. That is it. Steve, you've been saying, okay, you know, what is it? That's it. AI fails.
Yep.
That's an AI fail. And you know what? That's it. It's, you know, so for those of us, you know, that are going through this, and it truly is a journey. It's a matter of, in fact, it's funny. I just had an email back from a company I'm working with who, you know, I have the ChatGPT course, online course that I wrote, and they had reached out and they wanted to get it for all their loan officers. And so they had their introductory meeting and all these questions were coming up, and it's like, well, why do I need AI? And is it going to help me get more leads? And how fast can I convert everything? And it's like, you know, all those are great questions. The reality is we're at the beginning and this is the base, and you need to start learning it. And there are different pieces that are going to have a different effect on your business that you'll use. And it's just a matter of, first and foremost, being open to it. And I think that's the main thing. It's like, and there are going to be fails. There are going to be some, it's like, yeah, this one didn't work. We're going to try something else. But, you know, it is interesting how it is. And there's so much out there. I mean, so much. And I equated it to going to a buffet. You know, if we all went to a buffet together, everybody that's on this call, everybody that's, you know, watching us on our Facebook group and listening, if we all went to the buffet, we would all pick out different things at that buffet based on interests, based on curiosity, based on taste, based on needs, based on diet, based on all those things. Everybody would pick out something different at the buffet. But then I may, you know, talk to you, Scott, and it's like, oh my gosh, did you have the banana cream pie? And you're like, no, I love banana cream pie. I would like to try that. And then I would say, you know, to Steve, hey, have you tried the banana cream pie? And you're like, I don't do banana cream pie. It's like, okay, cool. I mean, that's...
Which, by the way, I do not do banana cream pies. Nailed that one perfectly.
I don't know, Scott, do you like banana cream pie?
I do. That's okay, your mom, Steve. I don't know why you would bail out on banana cream
pie. I mean, I'll take any kind of pie, quite honestly. I don't think I've ever had a piece of pie I didn't like. So I would take pie any day over any other kind of dessert, but that's a whole different conversation. That's something for us to run a little thing on as far as a personality profile, equating to pie. That would be a fun one.
Yeah.
So, but I mean, that's where we're at. And it's not going to be for everyone. And certain things are going to work and certain things aren't going to work. But it's a matter of, we're in such an amazing discovery time right now that it's trying to figure out, how can you use it? How can you leverage it? How can you use it to make your life easier, to do something faster? So yeah, can it convert leads faster? Yeah. I mean, there's, you know, Chris Johnstone, he has been on our podcast a couple of times. And I mean, he's integrated into his CRM, changed his business. My gosh, Scott Shang, you sold your company.
Yeah.
And went all in on AI. So I don't know, is this AI thing going to work? I'm thinking so.
Yeah. I mean, Yeah, does electricity work?
Yeah, and you've
Like
equated it to that.
that's the analogy for me. I mean, that's the metaphor. I saw a really good graphic that I think explained it perfectly. That it made the analogy between what electricity is to Edison's light bulb is what AI is to our ideas. It empowers it, and it powers it. So will AI solve your problems? No. But if you can identify your problems, you can use AI to find a solution quicker and
Yeah.
maybe more consistently. But
Yeah.
it's not going to, like, it doesn't know more than you. It just makes you more of who you are and what you can be. But you have to think of how to use it first.
Well, and that's it. That's why I say it's like the base. I mean, the very first thing, if you're going to start with the base, start with ChatGPT. Learn how to do a good prompt.
Yeah.
I mean, and that's really the base because that's what's created. I mean, AI's been around for a while. A lot of companies have been integrating it, but start with where it's going to be able to be something you can use and start playing around with it. And then you can kind of go from there. But definitely like electricity, when Thomas Edison, did that and discovered electricity, then it's like, oh, the light bulb went on and you can use it in the house. And oh my gosh, what if we used it to power a radio or a TV or what else we could do? So those kind of things. Steve, Steve's raising his hand.
I gave a plug before for your 30-day challenge,
Yeah.
Ginger's 30-day challenge for January. February, folks, if you are somebody who's going, but what do I do? I'm just touching it. I'm just seeing it. I'm just getting there. Just do the AI prompt. I apologize, Ginger. I don't remember what you called it, but it's prompt of the
It's the
day or
it's
something
the
like that.
day yeah, it's the daily AI buzz. And so, but
And
it's a daily AI buzz and it's going out. It started February 1st. And so you can sign up for free. And I started that, Steve, it's like just start slowly getting into it. And what it does is I give you one prompt every day and not just the prompt, but you actually see it in action. So we have put the prompt into ChatGPT. We've actually put it to music.
love the music.
Well, that was part of it. It's like, this is kind of boring just watching this. It's like, so I'm calling it chat to music.
Well, let me back up just for a second, and Matt or Matthew, Ginger's going to tell you how to sign up in a second, but I want to talk about it differently than the way Ginger does because it's her baby. My comment is for you, it allows me or you to look at it and say, oh, I see what she did. Now, what if I did this and did the
Exactly.
add-on? So go back to our banana cream pie. She'll put in the prompt of uh, give me a recipe for banana cream pie. And
Yeah.
all of a sudden it goes, da, 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 and they go, oh, I didn't realize it could have recipes. But what happens if I wanted to make banana cream pie, but I'm lactose intolerant, I want to be gluten free, and I need to make it for 80 different people, da, 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 right? And you can sort of say, oh, this she's showing you the building blocks, and you can just keep adding that one thing, that two thing, that three thing. I think it's just great what you're doing. But Matthew wants to know how to sign up.
Yeah. So if you go to, it's called the dailyaibuzz.com. So I have a couple of different places you can go to. Daily AI Buzz. I've also created a directory, which is called the AI Beehive. And Scott, I don't know if I have your thing on there. I just put the conference that Perry Marshall's doing in April that you're speaking at. I just got confirmation from them that I can post it on the site, that event. So that's on there. So Scott is speaking at a huge AI conference in April in Chicago. I think it's the 16th, 17th, and 18th. And if you go to the aibeehive.com, then you will see we have a different events, AI events going on. It's like, how do I find out what are AI events? I would love to do the very first mortgage AI conference. And maybe we just, hey, Scott, maybe that's what we do in Colorado. Do that at HomeBot. I know it's like, something we've been talking about. We've talked about for years doing something, but
Yeah, HomeBot is definitely doing cool things with AI. I think I told you they had a generative AI hackathon that
ah,
about a month ago, and they had
yeah,
engineers get into teams and try to come up with innovative ideas to use generative AI in their business and just in general. It was really, really fascinating. Came
I
up with
love that.
cool stuff.
And you know what? So here we've got, people that are on here now that are on the webinar, post into the Q&A. If we did a live, you know, day and a half workshop where we really got into not just talking about AI, but, the three of us, why we work so well together is we're very much roll up your shirt sleeves, let's get to work. And we're not just going to tell you what to do. There you go. I know, right? Um, but you're going to get in there and do it. I love doing workshops. And I always say when I do my workshops, it's like we're doing working, not shopping. So get to work. That's the whole idea. So, if you guys, I haven't seen anyone type, it's like, so I guess nobody wants to. Let us know.
We got to figure out how to get the chat turned on.
You
I
know
don't know
what?
why
I
our
don't
chat
know
doesn't
why
work.
it keeps doing that. I've changed all the little things in there and all of that. So it must be something on the setting that I have, um, where it is doing that. Maybe it is. I don't know. Show
Well, tell
chat.
us about your stuff, Ginger. You said you wanted to show something today. I want to see it.
Okay, yeah. So one of the things, obviously, because we do want to show you is I started, let me see if I can bring it up in my okay, so let me move this here and this over here. Okay, so now you should be able to see my screen. And so part of, if you go to, and I'm going to bring this up real quick. So if you just go, if there's one site to remember talking about AI, it's the AI Beehive. So if you go to the AI Beehive, here you'll see you can get signed up for the daily AI buzz. I also have an AI Mastery Center there. There are events and so here you can see I've got some events in there that are going on. And so if you're looking for some kind of AI events, then there's Scott said he's speaking at the definitive AI event, but then I also have listings. And so here you can search by, if you're looking for something to do photos. So let's say, and this is a really cool thing. So there's a couple of things. This one actually does some AI videos. It also does some photos, but this is what I want to show you. So it's called Aragon. And if you go to the AI Beehive site, you can search Aragon or you can put in photo and you can visit the website. So we've got their website in there. And then you can find out a little bit of information about them. But what this does is this site for 80 bucks. So for $79, it will take photos that you upload of yourself and it'll generate 100 photos. So they have smaller packages too. I just did this last night and I'm like, I'll throw $80 and see what it does. And so what it does is, so that you upload photos and you have to upload, I'm going to see if it'll show. So these were the photos that I uploaded. So I have my standard headshot. I have a headshot that is just very casual. And I just put some different things in there as far as different headshots. And I wanted to see what it did with it. So you don't have to have professional. You can honestly just take it. This is from my phone. This is from my phone. This is from my phone. That's from somebody's phone. And so I did that and I don't know how long it took because I put it last night and I just let it go to work. It says it takes like 30 minutes. But from that, this was the album it generated. And honestly, some of them I don't think are great. But there's probably a few in here that I
Loving
could.
that short hair one. I mean, scroll back. Right
I
there,
know, right?
baby.
I look
Oh,
really
yeah.
mean in these photos right here. It's like, I don't know about those. But some of them are a little better than others. And then the nice thing is you click on these and I'll just kind of go through these. And some of them I think you can definitely tell are AI enhanced. Some of them it's like, yeah, I wish I looked like that. And some of them are off. Like it's like, I don't think I've ever looked like that ever in my life. And so, but some of them, it's like, can you use some of them? And if, I do a lot of videos, so having something different like this for thumbnails, can be something for professional shots. And you can make it, as professional or as unprofessional as you want. I have a feeling they're probably doing a lot for dating sites because they had a special thing on there. So if you're looking for something to put onto your dating site, then you can do that. But it's just a simple thing. All you have to do is just go in and upload the photos, and then it will do that. And it'll say, if you want to create more photos, and then it'll tell you if you want dating photos, if you want Christmas photos. And what it does is then it puts the background behind it. So if I say, hey, I want more professional, then it goes through and you have these different prompts. And then it's going to ask you what you are, what age you are, what your eye color is, what your hair color is, what nationality. So, and then based on that, then it's going to say, okay, go and upload the pictures in there. So then you can upload, and they give you an idea as far as what's a good example, what's a bad example, and then you upload those. And then again, it takes about 30 minutes, and then it comes back with the photos that I just showed you. So it's kind of a cool little thing that you can use to be able to go in and get some more photos.
I
Have you ever
use,
used anything like this, Scott?
oh, I'm
Now,
sorry. I have. I'm Steve. So I use Studio Shot AI, if you've heard of that
Studio
one.
shot?
Studio
I
Shot.
think so.
And it was $29.99, and you got 49 or 50 pictures back.
Okay, cool.
Um, and I'm not saying one's better than the other.
No, and I mean that's it.
No,
That goes
I don't
back to
know.
the banana
But
cream pie, right?
the one thing that I did like about it, and I'm not sure if yours did, it said, okay, here's I think it was 50 pictures. I apologize. I can't remember the exact number of what I got.
Yeah.
But it said you have unlimited updates. So you could go to that. The two things I want to say, you could go and say, there's too much shadow on half my face. Can you brighten
Right.
that side a little bit? Or, oh, that hair's, there's a hair. Well, I don't have a hair that falls down in front of my face. But some of yours you did. So you could say, can you remove that? So it allows you to do that, which I thought was really pretty darn cool. And if you're saying, oh, have to take selfies, what I did was, I mean, I have a ton of pictures of myself because it's now 39. It's down to 29. There you go.
Yeah, so $30. So this is even better than the other one. Let's see if there's a difference.
And then I took just a couple pictures of myself, selfies that moment. So you're trying to upload all these pictures. You can sit there and go, okay, here's a picture of me. Here's a picture of me. Go stand outside, do a picture, put your
Right.
glasses on, take your glasses off. So you could create your own pictures that quickly.
Yeah. So let's go through that real quick because this, I think, is something that can be very helpful for you to use. And we can look at the comparisons between the two. So, and it goes through. So here's your guidelines for your selfies.
I guess I did this so long ago that it looked different when I
Oh,
did.
yeah, because they're constantly changing, I'm
Right.
sure. So, let's see. I can go into my bio. I'll grab some real quick. So, and we'll just see how it goes. And there's going to be probably a lot more of these that end up coming up.
Oh, there's a
So,
ton of them. The other
yeah,
thing that I really liked about it is it gives it sort of like the sheet that you just had right there, all those pictures, right?
yeah,
Here's the 50 pictures of me. So I got to sat down with my wife to have her help me pick out. And it's like, I don't like that color jacket on you. So that gets striked. Okay, I like that blue coat. I like this color, that color. But it allowed me to get somebody else's opinion as well. Because
yeah.
he's like, that was sort of tough for me because I'm like, I don't know. So it was
So
nice that,
this one requires at least 12. And so that's
and it
one
will
of the
tell you,
things.
like I put one up there, it says, no, picture rejected. I didn't know why, but it was just either the color scheme was wrong, it was too bright, it was too small. I don't know what the problem was.
Yeah. Well, and that's part of it. So I tell you what, we'll use AI to generate AI and see what it does.
I was
How's
just
that?
gonna say, I wonder if you're gonna create some sort of vortex here.
I know, right? It's
Using AI
like
images to generate an AI image.
Ginger in the vortex. Yeah, these were all the ones that it created. I had downloaded. So
But
I'm gonna
notice how her
post them.
background's different there as Ginger's going through that,
Yeah,
and
that's
her
what it
outfit
does.
is different. So
Yep.
it
Poses
would
a
produce different outfits. I've never worn, I can't stand wearing a turtleneck, but all of a sudden I now have a picture of me in a turtleneck, and I've never,
Right.
I don't like it.
Actually, it was funny because going through it, it's like, oh, that's kind of a cute outfit. I've never worn anything like that, but that could. So we'll see. How many do I have? It's like, looks like I need to
If not,
upload it.
I think that's definitely an AI technology of the future where you're going to be able to upload an image of you and it'll convert it into a video of you trying on different clothes. So you can
Yeah.
see what you look
well, they
like.
have it now for
Oh,
glasses.
they have it now. Yeah.
They
Yeah,
have it for
I
I've
have it
seen
glasses,
that.
for like augmented reality, but I'm
and
saying
they have it. They have it
you
for
could
makeup also, where you take your picture and because that was my $1 million idea years ago. I'm like, why wouldn't you just have it for makeup where people can go and say, okay, this is the right makeup for you, and it shows what it would look like, and boom, you're done.
yeah.
Yep. Okay, so it looks like I uploaded way too many things. So let's get rid of some of these here. Um, oops. Okay, so yep, that's okay. It's telling me it's not that. Those are
See it says could not find face. It'll tell you when it's a bad, it doesn't work.
yeah, that's great.
Acted multiple people.
So it's good.
There you go.
Images cannot be more than 30 images. So do I have more than 30?
You must.
I must. Okay. So it's going to tell you, and that's a nice thing is it's going to walk through some of that. And this one requires a few more. The other one, so it's going to ask me for my name and closest skin, eye color, hair color. Huh. It doesn't have auburn. Okay. So the other one had a little more specific options. So we'll see what it comes up with. Oh, so this one takes 1 to 2 days.
I
Steve,
got it back. I got it back in about within an hour. Just
Okay.
I did it.
Yeah. So what I'll do is when I get those back, then we'll go through and compare them based on this one. But honestly, I mean, some of these are really not bad. I'm not going to use all of them by any means, but I will probably use 1 or 2 of these. I look a little terrified there. So, we'll see what happens. But I think you're right. I think this is one of those things. So, how can you use AI? This is one of those ways that you can use AI. And follow me on Facebook. I'm going to be posting them. I'll post them in our group too.
Now, what I really would love AI to do, and Scott, go make this happen. I want to be able to take that picture of Ginger and then say, take this picture of me playing baseball or whatever it is, right? That's
Right.
the one that I'm waiting. Is that out there, Scott? I have not seen that, but that's the one I'm dying to see.
Midjourney is getting pretty good at being able to give it a source image and telling it to recreate the source image.
What's it called?
Midjourney,
Midjourney.
but
Midjourney.
it's a little bit more complex.
Yeah. It's not for
Like,
the faint of heart. You have to get
yeah,
on to another channel, which is called Descript, which,
Discord, yeah.
or Discord. Yeah, which is not for the faint of heart either.
No, it's very advanced, but they do have the ability to do it. And actually, somebody shared with me today, like if you create an image with Dali, you can ask it for the seed ID, and it'll give you an ID, and then you can feed it back the seed ID and say, using this seed ID, make changes to this image, and it did a
In
pretty good.
Mid-Journey, really?
Oh no, this is Dolly.
Oh, in Dolly. Oh, okay.
So, and it did a decent job. It wasn't perfect, but it got the closest I've ever seen to replicating a previous picture that it
Cool.
created. And that's by asking it for the seed ID and then saying replicate this. And it was,
Yeah.
I tried that with Dolly. I found it very cumbersome to get through with the seed. It just didn't work well for me. For the anonymous user who said you'd like to see all of my pictures, I don't know if you're a male or a female, so let me say, dude, dudette, you're getting it live. I'm not, I'm not, the control of the screen is Ginger, so you're not getting to see all of mine. But if you want, I can share that at another time.
You can post it onto the Clubhouse.
There you go.
He'll post them in the Clubhouse. So go to the AI Clubhouse Facebook page and he can post them in there. So one of the things, and we actually are almost at the top of the hour, but last week, Scott, we were going through how when you are using the GPTs and then you can use what was the code again? The at to see all to use
yeah,
multiple GPTs.
yeah.
Put them together.
So, and put them together. And so I've been playing around with, okay, what I want to do, because I think of chat and setting up a GPT like I have just hired someone onto my team.
Yeah.
And so what I'm creating is, and I'm actually doing this for all my clients, is a lead GPT who's in charge of all the other GPTs. And so you have the head GPT, and then you have the marketing GPT, and you have the, customer service GPT, and you have the, underwriting GPT, and you have, so and I'm just kind of starting with that process. And you're probably already down that road a lot, Scott, but it's like, those are the kind of things when you think about, how else can I use this to make my life easier? Those are some of the things. And yes, it takes a little bit to when you first figuring it out because, putting it through that whole process and the questions and setting everything up. And that's part of it. It's like, you guys, it's a discovery time. It's a matter of what does that look like and where are we going to go with it, right?
Yeah, and what it does is it forces you to visualize your processes and your workflows and
Right.
then be able to articulate that.
Yeah.
And that's, I think, is the single biggest skill set that people will learn is
Right.
they'll learn how to be more concise and more precise with their thoughts and think more in that sort of progressive, as it progresses through, like you really have to think about this stuff. Yeah, one of the things that it's not doing yet that I would love for it to do is I've tried this, but it didn't seem to work yet, is invoking other GPTs in a custom GPT. So telling the custom GPT when this occurs, switch over to this other agent, because that's the thing that everybody's trying to figure out now, Ginger, that you're doing right now is GPT agents and getting them to work together without manually bringing them together.
Yeah.
What you
And I
have
mean, it will end up happening. It's just a matter of how we're engineering this. But to give you an example, so this we set up and I added a little bit as far as what you were talking about last week, as far as the prompt guide. That so OpenAI wrote its own prompt guide for prompt engineering. So the first thing, and this is so we set up a GPT for each of our clients. And in their own custom GPT, then these are the instructions that I put in there and talk about what the goal is, who the target audience, that they're creative. And then for them, because we do video production, podcast production. And so we want to have just a GPT that will be able to get all of their information in there at once, that we can easily create their YouTube descriptions, their social media descriptions, all of that. And so we've just been playing around and I think we just about have it perfected. And that's the thing, is like, this is how you're going to use it. use it to make it easier for your life. So if you're doing social media right now, you can use it and it can create everything for you. But the way you set it up makes your life easier. So we've got, the YouTube description. This is what is included. Podcast description. This is what is included. The social media posts. We don't want all that information in there. I don't need disclaimers. I don't need all that stuff. So this is what is included. And then what we're doing is we're giving it this base of information right here. And we obviously have a lot of information that we include for our clients, but it's just using that template. So the same kind of thing, if you're a branch manager or a marketing person and you have several people that you're doing this for, setting this up is the way to go. So that's the whole thing as far as where my mind goes. It's like, okay, how can we use this to be able to automate, systemize those kind of things? So that's what's fun. I mean, I'm having a blast.
If we take it back to the beginning, she's giving you simple prompts in the AI buzz. Now she's added. That's exactly what we're doing. So start simple, and now she's like, okay, here we're getting a whole lot more complete and thorough.
Yeah. Yep. And that's what it is. So, okay. So we will end. Join us if you're watching us on the Zoom. Make sure and join our Facebook group at the AI Clubhouse. Go to AI Beehive, register for the daily AI Buzz. And Steve's going to post his pictures up there, his AI pictures. And I'm going to post mine one a day. So I've got 100, and then I think, what am I getting on the other one? So I should have a ton of
like y'all want more of Steve, baby. I know how it is. Have a great day, everybody.
Yeah. So next week, Frank Garay's going to be joining us, and he's going to be talking about the Move Tube. He's been on before. I love everything he's doing with the AI and the Move Tube. So we get to hang out with our friend Frank Garay. So make sure and tune back next week. Thanks, guys.
Bye.
Bye.